Nick, welcome to Norths.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here.
An interesting rugby journey you've been on, particularly over the last couple of years. Tell us something about that.
So, finished up playing with Sydney Uni after a couple of injury-riddled years. Doctors finished me off, and then a couple of years doing Colts there. Then wanted a little bit of a different experience with rugby coaching, so I went to Subbies, coached Park Royal Boys for a couple of years in the Kent World Cup. That was enjoyable, sort of taught me the other end of the spectrum in terms of rugby coaching. Uni, obviously great resources, great facilities, great players, and then Bob's was sort of running on the smell of an oily rag. So good to see both sides of the coin. Good experience. Then came back into the Shute Shield arena, or Premier Rugby arena, went to Randwick, ran their Colts for the last couple of years. Enjoyed that. Good, they were great to me. So this has been a great launching pad from going them into the Norths role.
And a fair amount of success at Randwick.
Yeah, it was a good couple of years. First year, they did reasonably well. Threes won a premiership, but ones and twos got knocked out in the semis, probably underperformed a little bit. And then the second year of my tenure was this year, and ones and twos went through undefeated. Threes got bumped in the semis, but some serious injury concerns there around their controlling players, so they did well to get to where they did.
And of course, this isn't your first experience at Norths, is it?
No, I had Colts with Joel Rivers in 2016 at the Colts 1 team, and really enjoyed coaching them, enjoyed the club itself, the environment, the people around you, but the players that I got to work with in that team and a couple of the other Colts teams they were outstanding. They narrowly lost to a juggernaut Sydney Uni team in the finals. They were undefeated for 2 years, that team, so to take them to extra time, getting done, penalty try, it was as brave a performance as you'd see, so got good memories of Norths.
Besides that, having had a taste of the Norths experience, what is it that attracted you to this first grade job?
It's a club with good history. I think about 120 years. So obviously, a fair history behind them. I had familiar relationships with board members, players, coaches. So it was an environment that I was pretty familiar with and comfortable moving back into. Having obviously coached the Colts there, I knew a couple of the players and I knew that the depth was good as a result of them starting to push through to grade. But at the same time, their top end grade players are, they're outstanding. They probably should have made a grand final last year. Grand final was the year before and premiers before that, so they're obviously in a pretty good place.
The basis with which you've been given is a pretty solid base, isn't it?
Yeah, great foundation. Cronny and Shannon, both did a very good job. Coaching this group, their basics are good, their understanding of the game's good. A discussion that I've had with players thus far is, they're intelligent footballers and they want to be coached. They want to be coached well, so I'm looking forward to that challenge. But the foundation's superb. Looking forward to it.
I asked you this for a piece for the Mossman Daily about is the Premiership Window still open at Norths?
If we were at a couple of other clubs in Sydney, I would say maybe not. But I think at a club like Norths, where the Colts program has been strong, they're pushing young players through the grades constantly. I would say there isn't necessarily a premiership window. And if you really want me to define one, then yes, it is open. There are plenty of young players in the grades working their way up from threes, twos, some already in ones. No, I'd say they've got a couple of very good years ahead of them.
First grade captain Hugh Sinclair had a role in the selection committee, and obviously the playing stock has the playing group has a say in the way they want to be coached. Is that intimidating or is that good?
Not particularly. I think it would be to some people, but I like to be collaborative in my coaching and planning. So good ideas are good ideas, regardless of where they come from. So if anyone around the club suggests something to me and it's a good idea, I'm going to use it. So I'm more than happy to work with the players. That tells me if Hugh wants input on the coaching selection, that they want to be accountable, which tells me they're a pretty brave group, and they're willing to put their reputation and their heads on the chopping block and risk that. That's good. I like that playing group rather than a group of mutes who won't give any sort of input. Who'll just run around like zombies. I don't want them. I want active, intelligent players.
Recruitment-wise, it happens at every club at this time of the year.
Yes.
What's ahead for Norths?
There's a couple of areas I'd like to cover and build a little bit more depth there. I think in the last year or two they've probably had one or two injuries, which have really impacted them. So I think we can recruit to prevent that happening again. Apart from that, they're a pretty solid playing group, and whilst they've been together for a few years, they're still relatively young. If you look at the high quality players coming through, like a Nick Duffy or Sawney or Salofa, Sam Kitchen, they're all, they've still got a lot of rugby ahead of them. So there'll be a little bit of recruitment, but my main focus will just be getting in amongst the playing group, getting us nice and tight and cohesive.
Set pieces, being an old hooker, set
Yes.
pieces an area where you'd like to get some pay in 2019.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the lineout's already strong. Moore looked pretty threatening at times this year. I watched a fair bit of the team play from 2018. Scrum is an area I'd like to work on and really hold it, sort of a centrepiece of our game, make it very strong and a real weapon to use.
Is it daunting coming into a position like this, and you are amongst the youngest of the Shute Shield coaches?
Not particularly. It's exciting, and I don't dismiss the fact that I am relatively young, and there may be some old heads that say he's too young, but I'm comfortable with the amount of coaching experience I've had. Worked with people of all abilities. Randwick and Sydney Uni were really great places to be educated as a coach, and plus I've done my own homework and my own research all along the way. So I'm comfortable with where I'm at the moment. I think I can do this job well.
And it all begins next Tuesday, pre-Christmas block.
Yep. It's one of the more unpleasant times for some players who have had a bit too much fun in the off season, and we've got to rest a couple of our guys from NRC. They've been playing pretty consistently since probably February, March, so they need a good break. But we'll hit the ground running next week. And for anyone a bit concerned about them doing a lot of ball in hand work, so you're not going to be getting flogged too badly.
All right, well, let's